Okay. To you. To you. It is not the number of cells. It is not the number of cells that determine the level of your intelligence. Level of your intelligence. The level of your intelligence. It is the number of connections. No, it is the number of connections that does the number of connections. The number of connections increases as your brain works. Increases as your brain works. Increases as your brain works. And decreases when you stop thinking. When you stop thinking or remembering things, or remembering things. If you do math to count the connections possible, it is unimaginable. It is unimaginable. It is unimaginable. It is almost unlimited. It is almost unlimited. Tunibusam, a well-known human brain expert. A well-known human brain expert estimated that an ordinary person uses only around 3% to 8%. 3% to 8%. 3% to 8% of his or her brain capability. Of his or her brain capability. A person who is considered unintelligent, who is considered unintelligent, could be using 2%. Could be using 2% of his or her capability. While those smart persons could be using only 10%. Could be using only 10%. Their brain potential. Their brain potential. It means no matter how much your IQ is at the moment you are somewhere between 2% to 10%. If you are in the marathon, if you are in the marathon, standing a few meters, standing a few meters, standing a few meters ahead, or behind, ahead or behind the starting line. The starting line does not make much of a difference, but your continuous effort does. But your continuous effort does. There is much room. There's much room for improvement. If this is true, your next question is going to be how to be more intelligent. I used to think that our brain is like a computer hard disk. That if we wish too much information into it, some of information will be replaced by the new information coming in and be lost. I found that I was wrong. That's true is that. If you get more information, your ability to memorize increases accordingly. You then can memorize more. You then can memorize the more. You then can memorize the well. You then can memorize more. You then can memorize more. And at a faster rate. On the contrary, your ability to think will be undermined. Our brain has a mechanism similar to our muscles. If you regularly work out, your muscles will become stronger. And conversely, if you don't exercise, if you don't exercise, your muscles will go weaker, Research, research reviews, an interesting finding that, whenever we face a problem, and we try to find a solution, solution, new connections are formed, within our brain, making us a little master, If we choose to stop thinking, we grow a little less intelligent. I have a neighbor who is a taxi driver. He once told me that he did not like his job. When I asked him, why not change to another job? He insisted that he was a dumber, and that he could not manage to learn anything new. One day, when we were enjoying to a drink together at his home, waiting in front of the TV, waiting in the top of the TV, writing in the top the TV, writing in the top the TV for the World Cup football match, for the World Cup football match. To start, he challenged me to play chess, just so that we know, just so that we know. I am not very bad chess player. I used to defeat my father. I used to defeat my father and his friends when I was only 11 years old. Yet I lost 3 matches continuously. Yet I lost 3 match continuously. In just 15 minutes. In just 15 minutes. When I was writing this session. When I was writing this session, my neighbor's image suddenly popped up in my mind. And I asked myself, how could a good chess player, how could a good chess player be a dumber, be a dumber, be a dumber, be a dumber? If sometimes you think you are not intelligent, think again. Yes, you can learn a new language. I, I heard I heard interesting story. An interesting story. When I took a course, when I took a course with a Brian Chassis, with the Ryan Chassis, I'll go to person and I'll go to person. If you are seeking success, if you are seeking success, it's word about Africa, 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 Africa. It's word about Africa, where there, where, where there, where there are a lot, where there are a lot of elephants, where there are a lot of elephants. And my house, and my house. One day, a group of visitors, a group of visitors came, came, came to see my house. Train, train their elephants, train their elephants. They were surprised. They were surprised. They were surprised. They were surprised.